Very good afternoon and welcome to this webinar. My name is Dion Supply and I'm the Membership Development Manager here at APM. Today I'm going to give you an overview of APM and our membership and how it can benefit your career. A few housekeeping rules to start with. This session will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube so it can be used as a resource. And if you have any questions, there is a Q&A function on the webinar. Just type your questions in and I'll get through as many as I can at the end of the session. Feel free to ask anything, and I will put contact details in for some key contacts as well. So if you have any more in-depth questions, we can go through those as well. So to start with, a little bit of an overview of APM. APM is the chartered body for the project profession, the only one in the world. And our mission is to advance the science and theory of project and programme management for the public benefit. We do this in a number of different ways. So firstly, we became chartered. This is to raise the profile of the project profession and to ensure that the profession is at the highest standards. We're a recognised registered charity, so every excess penny we make goes back into our members, back into our research and the good work we do. We like to share best practice and lead debate, so we do work with all the different political parties and really highlight the project profession throughout government and beyond. Currently, we have over 40,000 individual members and over 450 corporate members as well, so it is a fast-growing organisation. So this is, don't worry about studying this too much in depth because again, you'll have access to the links for this, but this gives you the details of roughly where we expect people to be in terms of types of membership, qualifications and where they will be roughly in their career. And I'm going to go through a lot of this in more depth as we go through the presentation, but it's just quite a good overview. It's also important to point out that you don't need to actually go through all the qualifications in order or all the membership types in order. You can go straight in to full membership or straight into associate membership, depending where you are in your career. And again, I'll go through that in a little bit more depth in a moment. So firstly, this is our website. It's just to highlight the types of information on here and where you can access it all. There's lots of resources, different information about qualifications, chartered standard, the community and events and everything like that. So our first type of membership I'm going to go through is student membership. Now it's important to point out that as I go up the membership levels, all members will have access to what the students do and there's then more items added on. So as you go up, the more kind of resources and everything you get. Because we are a registered charity and we believe in giving back, our student membership is actually free of charge. And it's for students who are in full or part-time education with an interest in project management. So that includes apprentices and things like that as well. So what do you get for being a student member? So some of the most beneficial things you get and some of the most popular things you get is access to member-only digital knowledge and resources, including templates, which are really, really handy if you're setting up a new project. Access to the APM community, which I'll go through a little bit more in depth. Preferential rates on APM qualifications and publications. For each membership level, you get a digital badge to demonstrate your alignment to APM, which you can put on your CV, on your email signature, on your LinkedIn page. You can access our digital book downloads. We have our own magazine, which is called Project. You get access to the digital archive for those, and you get free or discounted access to APM conferences and events, as well as the My CPD tool and the competency framework. So this is the My CPD tool, which is one of the most popular tools that we have for our members. So anything that you do with us in terms of events will automatically appear on here. Anything that you actually read on our website, any studying you do, you can then put into here. For everything you do, you can literally click on the item, type in what you've learned, your own reflections on your learning, and then mark it as complete. And it will show in your wheel as to how many you've done. And as you go up the membership levels, and if you're going for chartered, you need to get 35 hours per year. So it's a great way of tracking it. The good thing is as well, as you can see from the top, add new activity, you can put external learning and everything in there as well. So any learning you do can all be in one place. You can print it off and show a tutor. You can print it off and show your employer. So it's a great way of showing how you're progressing, how you're keeping your continuous learning on. Competency framework is linked to our body of knowledge. So the body of knowledge is our encyclopedia of everything project management, all the terms, all the techniques, all of those kind of things. And it's the basis that makes up our qualifications. Here you can assess your knowledge against all those competencies, and it shows you any skills gaps you might have. You can do as much as you want. So if you do some learning, you can see your progress. You can also benchmark your experience against a job that you actually want to do. So it's a great way of knowing what you need to progress to the next stage of your career. So it's a great way of seeing where you are and where you want to go. The next one, again, hugely popular and very, very beneficial, is our APM community. The APM community is a safe space just for our members, with lots of useful resources in there. There's a live feed and forum for you to talk to other members. You can network virtually with people on there. You just need to go into your account and make sure you're visible so everybody can see you. And then you can actually click on meet with people virtually, ask questions. If you're a student, you can put your dissertation on there and get feedback and comments and help with your research. You'll see there's also things like opportunities on there. So key jobs will be posted on there, events will be posted on there. But it's just a great way to network. And if you're working in an organisation where you might be the only project manager, it's a fantastic way of kind of connecting with them and seeing those kind of people and getting some more input. As well as actually being able to access it from our website, you can also download the community app, which is available free of charge on Google Play or the App Store. And again, that means you can network, ask questions when you're on the go, and talk to anybody as and when you need to. So the next level up is our associate membership. It's important to point out as well, if you are a student and you're graduating, you can upgrade half price for your first year, just to ease that bit into employment. And for any of our paid memberships as well, if you sign up as by direct debit, you save £10 off on that as well. So again, something definitely worth bearing in mind. A couple of actual benefits, key benefits you get for being an associate member compared with being a student member. So you get the subscription to the APM Journal magazine, and that's a hard copy magazine if you want it in hard copy, or you can just have it virtually. You get APM learning and APM mentoring. Now, mentoring is a fantastic thing that we started just a couple of years ago, but it is a free resource for our paying members. It can be quite difficult when you're working in an organisation to push your career on. Some larger organisations may have internal mentoring, a lot don't. Or again, you could be one of only one or two project managers in that organisation. What mentoring allows you to do is have one-on-one coaching, free of charge if you're a paying member, to actually help boost your career. Now, this is the kind of screen you come into, and you access it by the community, and you can search for a mentor based on your areas of interest, what sector you work in, or APM competencies. If you are struggling to become chartered and you want a little bit of help with that, you can get a mentor around that. If you're moving into a new industry, you can get a mentor for that. And as you can see, as of this morning, there were 250 slots available for people to be mentored. So there's a lot of opportunity there to hear from the best in the profession. what I generally recommend people doing is search the area you want mentoring in, pick 2 or 3 people, and you can see there's even personal interest on there. So you can actually find people you think you'd be able to mesh with, message a few of them and see which ones you will work around your schedule and their schedule. And there's no time limit on the mentoring. There's no decision on how many times you have those mentoring sessions. It's all down to the personal relationship between you and your mentor. And if you are a more senior manager, or if you would like to give back, you can also volunteer and become a mentor yourself. So hugely popular and hugely beneficial for your career as well. Now, the next level of membership up is our full membership. So the main difference with this over associate is the fact that it's the first level of membership where you actually are assessed for your technical skills to ensure that you've actually met the required standard. You get post-nominals for this of MAPM to demonstrate that you've met that criteria, but you also get board election voting rights. So it helps influence APM as an organisation, but also the wider profession as well. So there's 3 routes into a full membership. Firstly is a direct accepted qualification and 3 years experience in project management as a practitioner, or you can be an academic as well, so if you're actually teaching project management. Route 2 is a direct entry level qualification, and the list of qualifications are listed on our website. And route 3 is 5 years experience. So even if you have no formal qualifications, because a lot of people come sideways into project management, they might have been working as an engineer or in IT or something like that, and they might then end up managing projects. So once you can prove that experience, you can become a full member. For all of them, you fill in an entry form listing any qualifications, and generally you need to provide 2 statements of support from managers saying that you are doing what you're doing, and that's generally then assessed. And then the final level of membership we have is the fellowship. So fellowship recognises those that have made a real contribution to the profession as a practitioner, teacher or researcher. You get the post-nominals of FAPM, and you also get exclusive fellows events. So we recently had one Oxford Side Business School. We've got one coming up in London. So there's normally 1 or 2 a year. And you can actually go along to those as a fellow. To become a fellow, you must have membership for 5 years or been working in project management for 10 and be able to demonstrate you've given back to the profession. And that could be internally in your organisation, mentoring people internally where you are, raising the standards in a university as a teacher. So there's many, many different ways you can demonstrate you've given back to the profession. But that's our final level of membership. Now I'm just going to go on now to a little bit more about our qualifications. APM's qualifications are all based around a body of knowledge, as I said earlier, and there are 3 main ones, which I'll go through now. So you've got the Project Fundamentals qualification, which for those wishing to gain a broad understanding of the principles and fundamentals of project management. So it's great for people who are new to project management, also really good for those senior managers who are managing a project team, because it will give you all the terminology and the fundamentals of project management. Then you've got our most popular qualification, which is PMQ, the project management qualification, and that's designed for those working in projects to show they've reached a good standard. Then you finally have the PPQ, the project professional qualification, and this is designed for people at the high end of project management. It's worth pointing out that these, you can actually choose how you learn. You can actually, we accredit training providers, so you can study fully remotely, you can study in person or a hybrid of the two. And a lot of them as well, you can do actual doing the exam actually at home, particularly with the project fundamentals qualification. So it's a great way of learning in your own time to progress your career. Just going to go touch a little bit on chartership. So chartership is fairly new, and we have just revised our standard. It's still the same high standard that it was before. What we've done is change the number of mandatory competencies, and you can pick more, which just makes it open to people in different industries and also different parts. People who work in different parts of the project profession are now able to go through the chartered route. Why would you want to become chartered? There's a few really good reasons. Firstly, it's the recognition from your peers that you've actually reached the top of the profession. And also a lot of organisations now, for their most senior project professionals, are actually requiring it. So it helps you stand out in the jobs market. But also in wider organisations, it just raises the profile of project management as a whole. You know, if you're going to go, if you want a good accountant, you ask for a chartered accountant. It's the same kind of standing, and everyone understands what chartership means in terms of the standard it is. But it also makes your organisation become more credible and assures clients of the best standard as well. But for your career personally, it does help with improving your employability and also how much money you can earn. Some other parts of APM that you can get involved in and things we do outside of just the membership. We have a research department, excuse me. The research department is both academic and business research. And as a member, you can get involved. If you have a topic you think would be really, really good to actually be researched, you can put it through there. For funding, you can also ask to be involved and give back to the profession by being involved in research. And anytime you want to, you can reach out to the research team. I'll put the email at the end and actually ask them what they're doing and ask if you can be of assistance. Other ways to broaden your knowledge, I touched on APM learning and the project journal and publications. We also have a podcast we do that's available, again, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and it's free of charge. And there's a chance to hear from industry leaders about working in the project profession and their roles. We also have a YouTube channel as well, so any subject you're interested in, there is past webinars and short videos and everything on our YouTube channel that you can watch. So it's a great way of learning. If you don't want to just read through texts and documents, it's a great way of increasing your learning that way. Okay, so bear with me 1 second. Something else that we have to offer as well is we have a jobs board. So the jobs board lists project management jobs only, or jobs inside the project field from entry level right up to very senior. You can go on there and actually upload your CV so employers can search for you. And also you can set up job alerts. So when new jobs come on board, it will actually come straight through to you. When you are a member, you will get the top jobs come through to you in the newsletter and on the community. So you're always the first to hear about new vacancies. So our events, we have over 200 events a year. We have a lot of webinars. Those are free of charge for our members. So there's always something to be actually learning. These can be everything from soft skills to interview techniques, right through to high-end major projects. and also just talks from really influential people. In terms of our physical events, we have our flagship events every year. These include Women in Project Management, that was literally last week and was really, really well attended. It sold out every year. We have our awards, which again, you can nominate colleagues for, or obviously your organisation can nominate you for. Excuse me. And we also have more local events as well. So that there's always a wide variety of events, both virtual and in person, for you to attend. And the good thing about being a member is you always get discounted rates. And this gives you just an overview of what's happening in the next few days. So you can see that there's quite a few different ones happening. Excuse me. And again, you can sign up for those. So all the webinars are free of charge. And then obviously the ones in person, there will be a cost too, but you get a discount for being a member. Next thing I'm going to say, well, I've talked about networking virtually. You can also network in person. So these are a list of our branches around the country. We've just added a new one as of last week, which is in Guernsey, in the Channel Islands. When you become a member, you can literally click on a page that says community, and there is a link to the branches. So you can connect with your local branch, and they'll do a wide variety of events locally, everything from student mixers to, sorry about that, from student mixers through to business networking. And it's a chance to go and meet local employers. It's a chance to go and talk to other project managers and network with them and build your network. Definitely fully recommend joining your local branch. As well as the branches, other ways to get involved, we have our specific interest groups. And again, you can just send a message to the group and ask to be involved. And there's everything from PMO, risk, systems thinking. So generally, whatever you've got an interest in, you can contact them and get involved. And again, it's a chance to lead the profession and be right at the top of the profession. So if you are looking at joining membership, there's a QR code there to scan. Got a couple of more slides. I'll just leave that up for a second. Excuse me. And I will get through as many questions as I can at the end. So yeah, if you are looking at joining, don't forget, if you did want to save some money, if you're not a student, you can get the discount of £10 off with by joining by direct debit. And if you do work for one of our corporate clients as well, you get a discount on that. And some employers do pay for membership, so that's something worth bearing in mind. If you are looking to become a mentor, or if you are a student or earlier on in your career and you want to network and you want to grow your understanding of project perfection, volunteering is a fantastic way of doing that. And there's a little QR code up there as well. So that just gets you a chance to join the volunteering group, get involved in more events. And again, as a volunteer, you sometimes get to events for free that other members pay for. So if you're earlier in your career, it's a great way of building your network, and it's a great way of getting involved. Some helpful contacts. So we've got membership email address, which again, any membership queries go through there. General information, if you want to get more involved in, or if you've got a query that I can't answer, you can literally go through to info. Research is the research team. So I spoke about getting involved and actually getting involved in research, whether it's putting through your own ideas for research or helping out with some. You can contact the research team through there. And then chartered is for the chartered team. Like I said, when you do join up as a member, I really recommend that you change your comms preferences to positive. So you will get like a monthly research newsletter if you opt into it, the learning newsletter as well if you're wanting an event, and the event newsletter too if you want help, say with chartered webinars and things like that will talk you through it. And that is the end of the presentation. So I can see there's some questions come up. Bear with me one second and I'll get through as many as I can. Feel free to add more questions on and I'll answer any that I can. So the first question I had, will this session be recorded? Yes, the session is recorded and it will be uploaded to the APM YouTube channel. If you've registered to this event, you will get sent a link for it as well, so you'll be able to see it. So if you came in part way through, you'll actually be able to see what we've gone through today. Tracy said she'd lost sound. Hopefully you got it back, Tracy. If not, again, you'll get the link through to that. So does the old APM Introduction to Project Management Certificate count as a technical qualification for routes 1 and 2 for membership? No, it doesn't. It's generally the qualifications that count towards full membership will be degree level. So we have accredited courses and accredited degrees and accredited apprenticeships as well. But if you've got over 5 years experience, you'll be absolutely fine. You just need to detail your experience on the form. It's not too long a form to actually fill in. It's actually quite simple. And you can also, if you join as an associate membership, you can upgrade to free to the full membership. So if you want to start using the benefits straight away, you could actually join as an associate and then upgrade to the full, but you then get access to the benefits straight away. I've been awarded the project management qualification back in December 2020. Can I become a chartered member based on that? Yes, you can become chartered, but not based on that qualification. It would count towards it, but it would be the experience route to go through. Like I said, on the chartered page on the website, it will give you the full details, but the PMQ isn't one of the ones that counts. This question from Carl, bear with me one second because it's quite a long one. I'm a member of RICS and RICS building surveyor with a bias to projects and looking to stand out, so I work freelance. I have 1 year where I worked as a project manager and have 5 years experience surveying with projects. So for you, Carl, generally it would be the experience route. So working in a project still counts as experience. You don't actually have to be the project manager for that experience, but you just need to be able to show how you've influenced the project, what you've actually done to tick the competencies. So when you look at chartership, you can actually select the competencies you want to do. I think there's 5 now mandatory, but the rest are you can actually pick. So you can do the one that works best around your career and you'll be absolutely fine. And like I said, if you ever struggle with the chartership, you can get yourself a mentor that will help you through to that. And we do free webinars that will literally talk you through how to become a chartered project professional. So I've searched the APM podcast on Spotify and I've added notifications for it. Fantastic, Shane. Also seen that there's an APM project management qualification podcast. Yes, I would recommend if you're going to do the PMQ, it's a great thing to sign up for because you'll actually find out more information on there. And also as well, you can see past webinars on the PMQ on the YouTube channel. So Kate's asked, do you have to become a member to be chartered? The answer is no. You don't need to be a member to become chartered. I would recommend it just because obviously access to the mentoring and the webinars and everything that help you towards chartered, it would be beneficial. You've also asked the cost. The cost does vary depending on which route you go down. So the costs are listed on the website under the chartership page. And it also depends on what timescale, when you apply, and those kind of things as well. Can I be a member of both APM and the IPMA? Yes, you can, Richard. We are separate organisations. APM is a part of the IPMA, those that haven't heard of it before. But APM is a unique entity with our own events, own information, our own learning, and those kind of things. So to get the benefits, you would need to be a member of APM, but you can 100% be a member of both. So I've got a question on here. For the CPD training, is this related to project management trainings or all related training workshops? When it becomes the CPD, it is your record. If you were going for chartership or full membership, we would ask that 35 hours is project management based. But if you wanted to keep all your learning in one place to show your employer or a tutor, 100% you can put whatever you like in there because it is your own unique record. So yeah, you can use it how you want to. So I've got, how do you study for the qualification? Are there online materials, videos, courses out there? If so, how do I go about it? So we have on our website a list of training providers. So you can approach one of those and do it. You can also self-study. Oh, excuse me. So actually you can download the information and you can actually study yourself. There's actually study guides available on our website when you're a member. So have a little look at those. You can also buy them if you're a non-member. So you can actually go on there. So yeah, if you want to study the qualification, you can literally go on the website and do it. And again, as an organisation, a lot of our events and webinars are based around those qualifications. Does the project fundamentals qualification expire? Will I need to retake if it's been a number of years? Sorry, Catherine, to cough at you. No, our qualifications do not expire. Once you have passed the qualification, you have passed the qualification. If you wanted to, just as a reminder for yourself, you're more than welcome, but you don't have to in terms of staying accredited. It's not like Prince 2 or anything like that. So someone has mentioned to me before that they are chartered surgery webinars. How do I find them? They are not on the events page. There might not be one set up at the moment. There will be ones coming because we've literally just launched our new standard as of a couple of weeks ago. There will be webinars coming, but it might not just be showing up yet. So watch this space. The events page changes literally daily with new events being added on. So there will be more coming. So Sarah's asked if there's, in the community branches, are there direct numbers to talk to someone about volunteering? There aren't phone numbers, but there are emails. So if you actually go onto the page, you can actually send them a message because obviously these people volunteer and give up their time and most of them work full time. So you can literally connect to them on there and actually go across to them and they will come back to you. If you want to go through to the volunteering team, that QR code I shared, or if you go to volunteering, search volunteering on the website, it will take you through to the same page and you actually talk to them about how to get involved. I've got a question here. Is there a time frame that you need to complete the course? It depends on what you're doing. If you're self-studying, then you've got as long as you want. Obviously, if you're working with a training provider, there is generally a fixed time period, but that will vary between different providers. So you can select which one suits your work life and workload as much as possible. So what is APM doing in relation to collaboration with other project management association bodies like PMI, Agile, to get a widely accepted, recognised for international projects and programmes? Fantastic question. We are working a lot more closely with the likes of PMI now. We're doing a joint event with them shortly. We could be seen as being competition, but actually we actually prefer to work in collaboration. So we do events with them. The head of PMI will come and speak at our events, and vice versa. Our CEO has spoken at some PMI events. So our aim is to improve the profession. And as a charity, we can do that by working with other organisations and to do it. Our qualifications aren't specific to one methodology, so they will cover both waterfall and agile and many different methodologies. So it is, our qualifications are acceptable to that. In terms of international project management and programs, we are expanding more international. We do have quite a few international members. We do have branches abroad as well, and that is growing all the time. So watch this space. You'll see us doing a lot more abroad, and you will see us doing a lot as well with PMI and things like that. So what's the benefit or drawback of studying via a training provider? It is a personal preference. Obviously, studying with a training provider does have more of a cost associated with it, but it is quite nice in terms of you will be working with other people. You've got someone who will be coaching you and that kind of thing. But the drawback is you're on a time period, whereas obviously if you're self-studying, you can do it literally at your own pace. And if you're an experienced project manager anyway, you probably know a lot of the information already. So it is just working that out and seeing how you go. I think that's it, unless anybody has any other questions. I hope I've answered, I hope I haven't missed any in there. But so I'm just going to go quickly back to the previous slide. So you've got the email addresses. So if you have got any questions, you can contact them. And that's brilliant. Well, thank you very much for attending. Oh, can you give us a brief about APM careers fairs or related events? We don't have careers fairs as such. We have a careers page which lists jobs, apprenticeships and things like that. And we do have career sections on our website and on our newsletters. We do joint fairs with universities and with employers as well. So generally they will be local to university or listed with the employer and everything as well. So definitely looking for something on our website, you will come across things as they get loaded up. But like I said, the events page coming up. Another question. So I've seen recently there is an event in Milton Keynes for student members. Is there plans to have one in London? At the moment, not. The student event we have coming up in Milton Keynes is a Prendo project simulation, free of charge to our student members, and you get mentored by some of our fellows as well. So it's a fantastic event. It is only the second one we've done. The last one was in Birmingham. This one is in Milton Keynes. So we try and get them around the country, but we could, because it's obviously quite a costly event that we do free of charge for students, we're limited to how many we can do. Brilliant. I've also got a comment here. APM is proud to support R&IB bookshop where learners can, with a visual disability, can access large print and braille books free of charge, which is fantastic and something we're really keen to do. We do try and make things as accessible for everybody, which is why I like things like the podcasts and the webinars, because it does help with people who learn in different ways. Elaine's got a question on, will there be more in-person meetings in Scotland in 2024? 100% there will be, yes. We stopped all our in-person meetings around COVID, and we've been slowly reintroducing them. We've just had our Scotland conference, which was really well attended, and we will be doing more things across the country going forward. And we are trying to do things all around the country, in the north, in Scotland, right down to the coast. So we're trying to do as many things as we can, but definitely join the branch, stay in touch with them, and you'll get all the details. That's brilliant. Well, I think that's everything. So thank you all for all your questions and for listening to me today. If you've got any questions, just reach out on those emails. That's brilliant. Thank you very much.